Arsenal is setting records like no other. They've gone ahead to win 10 out of their last 11 games in the calendar year of 2024, and they've gone ahead to put in a very huge shift. And guess what? Everyone saw this coming, and everyone was like, I wish every time Arsenal goes ahead, obviously train in Dubai, because when they went in for a warm weather training session in Dubai from I think from the 7th, they returned a much more hotter team. They've been really in top-notch action at the side of the Arsenal side. I think and Mikel Arteta is the happiest man that you'll ever find on planet Earth right now. He's really excited, and he's really very much knowing that maybe even if he misses out, he would have gone ahead obviously put in a very emphatic effort into this game of football. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is Mikel Arteta reacts to Brighton 0, Arsenal 3. It's a segment that we've gone ahead obviously continue having on this channel, and we promise you that we are gonna keep it up. Against Brentford, I never really had time to obviously do it, but right now I'm readily available to obviously bring you what Arteta's gonna have to say as he reacts to the emphatic performance of Arsenal. It was Saka netting the first goal, then Kai Havertz netted the second one, and Leandro Trossard went ahead to score a third goal. And guess what he did when he was celebrating all at the stadium of his former team known as Brighton? He really celebrated while holding the badge of Arsenal. Do you know what that means? He was like, I love Arsenal to the beat. I love Arsenal to the bone marrow. So it was really very challenging. I saw very many Brighton fans pissed, but you know, in the European world or Western culture, there is nothing you can do to a player. There is nothing you can do. But if he does it here in Kampala, Uganda, or in Africa, trust me, it's not gonna go all well for the player. That is it. So smash the like button close to 300 times. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name. It's a Sunday, 7th of April in my country. I don't know what time it is, but I've gone ahead to come in late, but I know you people will always be here to obviously have a chat with me every time I go live. Now, the Christians, it's a Sunday. You go to church and really say a prayer. Those who pray from home like me, nothing's going to really stop you from really getting to where you deserve to be. And God is omniscient. You can as well exalt the Lord anywhere. The Muslims, you are just days away from celebrating your Eid, and I think it's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And happy Eid Mubarak in advance for those that are not going to be here by the time it's Eid. But you know, for us, we are always here to bring you the latest news and information as far as that it's really concerned. Now, we want to hit how many subscribers? You know, 21,000 subscribers on this channel. That's what we are calling in for. So guys, let's continue to obviously spread the love in here and continue to subscribe. Now, Arteta was first asked on what he thinks on Arsenal winning emphatically. An emphatic win is a total annihilation, though it never reached the level of annihilation. But I really felt like Arsenal was just little steps off from really getting to 5 or 6 goals. Arteta said, really happy, really proud of the boys. They put in a big performance to beat this great Brighton side. They haven't lost here since August, and that tells you the difficulty of the task, but we were really good today. So this was one of the stats I really warned you about when Arsenal was going to play Brighton in the match preview that I did, I think, on Friday. I told you that Brighton have gone ahead to turn out to be a side that has gone ahead known to lose a game, a Premier League game, since August. They had gone 12 games without being beaten, and Arsenal has gone ahead to squash that record away from them. And Arsenal is now one of those teams that you will ever want to see to take it to the next level. And they've gone ahead to put in a big performance. And these players really deserve what we call their flowers, and the manager's gonna hate to give them their props, and he's gonna hate to label it as a big performance. And that record of really keeping a clean sheet again, 5 games away, you know, everything that Arsenal is really hitting on is like a pointer or a signal that they are going to lift the league. That is it. Looks like they are going to lift the league and no one is really going to stop them. And that's why Mikel Arteta is proud of his boys to win away from home. At the beginning of the season, I told you that for the previous season, Arsenal was like, we are not going to concede very many goals away. Most of the clean sheets that Aaron Ramsdale kept away last season, that were 15, were kept away from home. That is it. They were kept away from home, and Aaron Ramsdale was denied his chance to win a Golden Glove by David De Gea, who went ahead to keep 2 more than him. So, after all that, it's now David Raya. He has gone ahead to register his 12th clean sheet of the season and the 14th clean sheet for the club of Arsenal. And with the games Arsenal is left to play away from home, they're having, I think, Bournemouth, they're having Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they're having Man United. So they've gone ahead to play 31 games. That is Arsenal for you. And they're really left with some few games to go. And 4 of the games are going to be played at home, right? And others are going to be played away from home. Now, if they continue to keep clean sheets, I think they can keep more and more and more and more to put themselves into that ilk of really being a comfortable winning team. So that is it coming in from Mikel Arteta, proud of the boys of Arsenal. Peter Bagonza, thank you for watching in through. Then Kings Sichonga, good morning, my brother. Katulide Suzanne, too good, thank you for watching in through. And hope you really guys are really having fun. And let's continue with what Mikel Arteta had to say as his reaction after this emphatic win of Arsenal that have gone ahead to put them on top of the Premier League table. And now they are looking on to Man United to see to it that United beats Liverpool or makes Liverpool drop points such that Arsenal doesn't really find themselves losing that top spot as they host Aston Villa next weekend. Now, we go to Arteta on Kai Havertz's performance. He said he's certainly having a huge impact on the team. I think his overall performances have been really good, and now his numbers in terms of goal contributions are really, really high. He needs to maintain that level. I think the understanding between the attacking players today was superb. I think they had real purpose. They had real purpose and connection and a lot of clarity to attack against them, and we created many chances. That is what Arteta had to say about this guy, that he's having a huge impact on the team. Obviously, as we speak right now, he has gone ahead to clinch 9 Premier League goals. That is Kai Havertz for you with, are they 6 assists now? That is Kai Havertz for you. And no one matches him at Arsenal, you know. He has come out to start off a little bit late, and he has gone ahead to score very many important goals for the club of Arsenal. And that is what makes him a different kind of player altogether at Arsenal. And when the manager says he's having a huge impact on the team, no one doubts it. If you doubt it, then the game of football is not meant for you. You have to admit that however much you hated the player, he has come out to really look good and brilliant ever since he came in through at the club of Arsenal, and he has gone ahead to hit the ground running, and that's why he has even gone ahead to make Gabriel Jesus lose his #1 spot as a centre forward for Arsenal. So he has 9 goals in 30 games and 5 assists. That is a GA, all goals and assists, all goal contributions, taking it to 14. And I think he still has more goals in his legs. He can even score 15. I know time is going to come that you might see him score in all the 7 remaining games of Arsenal. That is Bukayo Saka for you. The manager says, and now his numbers in terms of goal contributions are really good. I told you, I would rather have players that really create very many chances than players who score very many goals, because creating chances is really hard. But goals will always come in through when players that create chances are readily available. And that's why Kai Havertz gets you. He gets you those goals and assists. That is really great. And that is his GA is really improving. He needs to maintain that level. That is really very important, because if he doesn't maintain that level, then it won't really make any sense to him, because in these 7 remaining games, Arsenal need him hugely. All what Arsenal has to do, as Arteta told us yesterday, that they need to win their games. They need to win their games because they should do their job first. If they do their job first, then their opponents are really going to be having a lot of pressure onto them. So, Arteta has really said lots of things on Kai Havertz, and after saying that about Kai Havertz, he was asked again on whether he was going to find a perfect position for Kai Havertz as a centre forward. He said, a lot of the time, players decide where they have to play, and we can have certain ideas, but then you see certain relationships and some things flow, and when it flows, you have to let it go. And I think Kai at the moment is flowing, and he's feeling really comfortable there. The rest of the team is comfortable with him there, and things happen naturally. So this is what we call one player making other players playing alongside him look better. This was like something that Jesus had gone ahead to instill in the team of Arsenal, but I think when he got injured and Kai Havertz was given a chance to lead the line, and that connection grew in between the players of Arsenal, it went ahead to really look out that Kai Havertz has gone ahead to come up with the best formation altogether to really give these players a very good go. And this is the reason as to why the manager is trusting him to obviously come in through and do the job at the side of Arsenal. And his connections and relationship with the players have gone ahead to include the fluidity of Arsenal in the final third, and that front three is really great. I think in the recent games, he's the only one who's going ahead to be a constant, because even Saka has not gone ahead to be a regular in the recent 3-4-5 games. Then Martinelli has also not been a regular. Gabriel Jesus has not been a regular, and the only constant has gone ahead to be Kai Havertz, because he's always ready, available. Every time the team needs him, he does really great for the team of Arsenal. So when you look at what Arteta is talking about, he's really right. You cannot really change a formation that is really creating you lots of goals. Remember, towards the end of the year, Arsenal was really doing bad. They lost to Fulham, they lost to West Ham, and it looked like their title hopes were really dimming. But all they had to do was to go to Dubai, because Gabriel Jesus was really injured and having an injury, and they made a decision of not signing a centre forward during the winter transfer window. And they said, we are gonna put all our eggs in one basket, and that basket was Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz never disappointed. When they returned, they played against, they played against Crystal Palace, and it swallowed 5. They played away at, I think in that game Jesus played. Then they played away at Nottingham Forest. Jesus came in through and obviously scored. The previous game had gone ahead to do an assist. And when they're going to play against Liverpool, he was ruled out, never really kicked that ball. That's when he was really off, and Kai Havertz came through and took center stage as a center forward of Arsenal, and the rest ever since then has been history. And this guy is really living the dream, and Arteta has gone ahead to let the chemistry flow, because he feels like the Arsenal side looks more threatening when they're really having this guy other than Gabriel Jesus or Eddie Nketiah into that final third leading role. So for Kai Havertz, he has just made himself the number 9 of Arsenal because of what has gone ahead to really do as the attributes for the club of Arsenal. And everyone has gone ahead to love him. The haters have been silenced. I warned you about him. Talented player, and all he needed was time to get into that team. And the moment he infused himself with that team, you are seeing how far he can surge into the final third. He is making pursuits after pursuits, dispatches after dispatches, and guess what? He's really on a very good run. In the game they played against Luton Town, he had an assist for the first goal. Then he went ahead to have an assist today, and he has also gone ahead to score a goal. What else do you want from that guy? I think he's really doing things and making the mountains move in the world of football. Then lastly, about Kai Havertz, Arteta on Kai Havertz being a different player and person since the start of the season. He said, yeah, obviously he's in a different moment. He's got some fantastic players around him. We have tried to create the right environment for him, which I think is very important for any player. We have given him confidence. I think hopefully we've given the love that he needs. We've given him the love that he needs. And after, he has the appreciation from the rest of the players and the staff at the club now, our supporters for sure. You know, one of the things that really helped him a lot is finding his fellow former teammate at the side of Arsenal. That is Jorginho. You remember Jorginho was one of those players that was playing at Chelsea with Kai Havertz. They won the Champions League together, but when Jorginho left, he left Kai Havertz there, and he was one of those players that came in through to see to it that he tells Kai Havertz, please, you are needed here. And then Arteta went ahead to call him, and he said, all right, I'm ready to come and serve a purpose there. What fans don't know about how teams go ahead and really make these signings or choices, they look at what the player's stats are and how his game is and how they can improve him and integrate him in the team. When you look at Kai Havertz, they looked at him as a multi-dimensional player, and that's why they brought him in. Instead of going in to bring in a midfielder and a centre forward, you could get all that in one player, that is Kai Havertz. And it was like Arteta was thinking of playing a single pivot of Declan Rice, Kai Havertz and Odegaard. It really worked well when it clicked, but it was not really sufficient because you needed another midfielder in there. That's why most of the times, like today, the previous games, you're going to have to see it that Mikel Arteta plays Jorginho or Thomas Partey in the stadium area. Then what he does is to get in another player to Jorginho or Partey, known as Declan Rice, alongside Martin Odegaard, with that box-to-box energy that Declan Rice brings into the game. You really have to understand that it really pays off well for the club of Arsenal, and that's what makes this transfer a very phenomenal transfer. So Arteta is saying that he's in a different moment. He's got some fantastic players around him. That is one of the hugest statements that you cannot undermine in what he's saying. He has fantastic players around him. I told you, iron sharpens iron. Quality supplements quality. There is no way a player who doesn't have pure quality can come and really complement a player who doesn't have pure quality. Last season we told you why Arsenal missed out on the trophy. It's because Arsenal lacked a good bench. And this time round, Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously strengthen their bench, and you've gone ahead to see to it that they are just a few games away from really getting into the first position to see to it that they clinch that trophy in a period of 2 decades, you know, because of the fantastic players that are really at Arsenal. Look, the bench of Arsenal today. Can I show you the bench of Arsenal? This is when you're going to know that Arsenal is really Arsenal, because when you're playing against Brighton, it's one of the most good teams in the league. It gives you a game. You saw to it that Brighton was really passing very well, but Arsenal was not allowing them to really operate into the game. Look at the bench of Arsenal. Let me show you the bench of Arsenal today to show you that a lot is going to have to change at Arsenal as compared to how they were last season. You know, you cannot really feel like Saka is out and Arsenal is missing Saka. Martinelli out. Arsenal doesn't miss Martinelli. Zinchenko has been out. Tomiyasu has been out. Arsenal has not gone ahead to miss out on these players. It shows you how far this Arsenal side has gone ahead to obviously come up and really take what we call the center stage. Now, look at the bench of Arsenal today. Gabriel Martinelli, Edin Nketiah, Tomiyasu, Leandro Trossard, Fabio Vieira, Aaron Ramsdale, Thomas Partey, Emile Smith-Rowe, Jakub Kiwior. Look at how strong that bench has gone ahead to obviously improve. And trust me, next season, it's going to improve better because Arsenal will bring in a minimum of like 3 or 4 players. Expect a center forward, expect a midfielder, expect a right attacking midfielder with the left foot. Those are the 3 players that I believe Arsenal are really going to sign and get in at this season that they're going to really be having next season. So expect some players to leave and expect others to come in through. Look at Emile Smith-Rowe, who went ahead to have a very good goal against Brighton, who never went ahead to play any part into the game of football as Arsenal was playing against Brighton and annihilating them today. Thomas Partey too never played part, you know. Jakub Kiwior, before the return of Tomiyasu and Zinchenko, he was really looking top notch and he never really went ahead to play today. Fabio Vieira got a goal, Thomas Partey didn't play, Edin Nketiah, Leandro Trossard, Takahiro Tomiyasu, Gabriel Martinelli and Edin Nketiah. The team is really great. And you look at it and obviously understand that if at all things don't work out, then the manager will have some other buttons to press. Because last season, which buttons would this guy press? You know, it were the substance of Arsenal were really obvious. You know, when you take off Zinchenko, get on Tomiyasu, Fabio Vieira, get him in. You know, Emily Smith Rowe was on and off. So they never really had a very good bench, but they've gone ahead to strengthen their team. And guess what? Arsenal is flying and flying and flying into the sky. And people think that it's going to slip off. But I tell you, they are not going to slip off. In the match reaction, I told you I'm afraid as a fan of Man United, because I really had a lot in my head that we can really annihilate Arsenal. But with the injury crisis at Man United, I think Arsenal can come in and really beat us from Old Trafford because of how they've gone ahead to reorganize themselves. They don't concede and they score goals. That is the beauty of Arsenal. And they are really deadly when it comes to obviously keeping clean sheets and really scoring in very many goals. Good defensively and good offensively. And all that has to go to the manager and the board of Arsenal for getting in players that have gone ahead to fit into that Arsenal team like a glove. That is really something great about that. So after that, Arteta was asked about Bukayo Saka. Arteta on the margins being small between Bukayo Saka took the penalty to give Arsenal a lead. Yeah, you really saw to it that it was a game of fine margins. Though Arsenal was like, anytime they were going to score, before the penalty came in through, Saka had gone ahead to obviously find himself on target, but I think the goalkeeper denied him to do that. So he said, that's a little one, or a huge one, because a penalty is a goal, and the different scoreline makes a whole difference. But just the courage to take it again, because I'm sure something was around his mind, but it's another year he has gone through that, missing against West Ham, and he wants to make a difference for the team. By the way, one of the title deciding moments was that Bukayo Saka penalty missed when they're playing against West Ham. That was last season. That game was 2-1. If Saka scores that goal, West Ham is out of the tie and Arsenal kills the game. He misses the penalty and from nowhere, West Ham gets an equalizer. Arsenal fails to even find the winner and it ends 2-2. Those are the 3 consecutive draws I think that Arsenal went ahead to get after beating Liverpool 2-0, Liverpool went ahead to level by 2-2, West Ham 2-2, and they drew with Southampton, a team that was in relegation, 3-3, and that was really ugly. In those 3 games, Arsenal went ahead to drop 6 points. If they had got 4 more, that is keeping the draw of Liverpool and winning these 2 games, Arsenal would have gone ahead to be a different team altogether in the remaining games of the league. But they really went ahead to down tools, and that is really important, that Arsenal are no longer doing things that they did last season that failed them to win a trophy. And for Bukayo Saka, he has not gone ahead to miss out a penalty. You know, every penalty that has gone ahead to take, it has gone ahead to cross the line. Arsenal has gone ahead to get 9 penalties this Premier League season, and Saka has taken 5, and Kai Havertz has taken 1, Odegaard has taken 2, and the other one was taken by Jorginho. Yeah, I think. So those are the 9 penalties that Arsenal have gone ahead to get, and Saka has gone ahead to score 5, and those 5 have gone ahead to cross the line. So a penalty is a penalty, and I've gone ahead to see people, why do you people hail Saka because scoring penalties? You are the same guys who are really slating Carl Palmer that he's a penalty taker merchant. You get? And now you've gone ahead to come to the lad and call him that. You know, that is really very annoying, and I really want people to be very objective. You get? Because if Saka's gone ahead to score a penalty, give him his flowers, because players miss penalties. Haven't you seen players missing penalties? Like Arteta's guy, I just gone ahead to let you know that last season, what failed Arsenal to win the trophy was the way how Arsenal went ahead to miss those penalties, right? Bukayo Saka missed that penalty. It was really very crucial for the club of Arsenal, but him missing it costed Arsenal 2 points, and they went ahead to obviously start shrinking to the levels of handing the trophy over to City. And I think the worry that Pep Guardiola is really having is that he doesn't see this team of Arsenal shrinking. That is it. He doesn't see the team of Arsenal going down to the rock bottom of the sea. No way. They are not going to the rock bottom. They are just raising and floating high up the lake. And they're really not sinking. They're really floating. And trust me, the tide has gone ahead to change. And Arsenal have gone ahead to really know how to behave, even when the tide is really unstable. When the waves are really high, they know how to swim and float on top of those waves. When the waves are calm, they know how to really calm down and really get in a lot. So that's the beauty of the team of Arsenal, and that's how they've gone ahead to edge their opponents today and ever since this season went ahead to really start. So he went ahead and obviously said something about Gabriel Jesus. On Gabriel Jesus' involvement today, he said, I was really happy, especially on the side, the way they attack, which was the opportunity where for him to score in certain moments. He had 2 big chances, and well, that he could have converted, but his contribution in the last thing he does for the first goal, just winning that penalty, tells you that. So we are getting him back. I think it can have a huge impact for us. It looks like the manager knows that Gabriel Jesus is not going to hit levels, because the injury really gives you a very huge setback, and you cannot come out and really think that the player is going to be the same from injury. You know, it's not always the same. It's not always the same song that you're going to sing, because things won't act the same. Things won't act the same. And I assure you, if you think things will always be the same, then this world is not meant for you. Things will always change. They'll differ, and they'll really continue moving in the wrong direction. So for me, I think a lot is up there for Gabriel Jesus, and he's being played in a position that he hates to be played in. That is it. He left Man City and he was like, I want to be number 9. Last season he scored 11 goals in the Premier League. This season he has 5 goals, if I'm not mistaken. Gabriel Jesus, let me check here. I know he has 5 goals and some 5 assists this season. Oh, he has 4 Premier League goals and 3 assists. His numbers are still low in 21 games, meaning that he needs to do something different and something convincing to the manager of Arsenal to keep him around into that centre forward position, because if you don't kill off the chances that are being created to you, then how are you going to come out and claim that you need to be played as a centre forward for a team? So that's what Arteta is really working on, and he's talking about the 2 chances he missed against Man City. He missed like a couple. Even today is going to hit to miss out on some chances, and the manager is 100% sure that he's going to come up and live up to the expectation in a nick of time. That is Gabriel Jesus for you. So the game of Bayern Munich is coming on Tuesday. We don't know whether Jesus will start or not, but I think I'll have to come up with the match review or preview tomorrow night, because I need to give you that preview for Sunday, enjoy it on Monday. Then Monday, the manager will come in through to do what we call a press conference. I'll come and react to it and tell you everything I'm going to have to say. Then later, we'll bring you how Arsenal are going to have to prepare for the Champions League tie at the Sobha Reality Training Center. And tomorrow, I'm going to give you some news coming in from Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, by the way, are going to have to lose a game of football today. They've lost to, Hobenian by 3-2, and they are really looking bad. And it looks like Thomas Tuchel, the moment he finds himself being knocked out by Arsenal, there is no way he's going to be keeping his job in there for you until the end of the season, because he had only gone ahead to agree that he's going to keep his job until the end of the season. But if at all he goes ahead to really put in that shift of really losing out a lot, then he's really going to be shown the exit door before his agreed exit date really comes to pass. So that is it about Gabriel Jesus. And lastly, let's talk about Arteta's say onto Jorginho's performance. He said he was superb, and as well, I think nobody expected him to run into those areas with the ball to assist Kai, but I think his leadership, his intelligence, the quality he delivers, I think it makes everybody better. I think today, him, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard in the middle were really outstanding. Obviously, the midfield three, all three of Arsenal was really outstanding, and Jorginho had a lot to do in, I think, even the third goal. He presses, you know, that ball is passed to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz releases Trossard to obviously score what we call the third goal. And for the goal that Arsenal scores, I think it's for the Kai Havertz goal, I think it's Odegaard that sees a pass to find Jorginho, and Jorginho runs into that space and goes in for a near post effort that is very much made to count by the man himself called Kai Havertz. So Jorginho is really very brilliant, and now the huge question stays: who is gonna start in that game? Who is gonna come out to start in that game of Arsenal versus Bayern Munich in the midfield? On Thomas Partey and Jorginho, one will start. So that's what the manager really has to obviously sleep over, and when he sleeps over it, I would have gone ahead to obviously come here and let you know what my thoughts are about it. Now let's go into your comment section, obviously call it a night, and we'll wait for the other videos. But I tell you, after this live stream, I think I'm gonna do one video of Liverpool, the predicted starting 11 of Liverpool, and I'll bring it here for you, obviously exactly what Liverpool is going to be looking like, and you guys are really eagerly waiting for it. For the combined 11, I've gone ahead to upload it to the United Matters channel. You can as well find it there, and you will enjoy it that side. So George says, my man, I hardly guess my prediction, but when I predict, it comes to fruitfulness. All right, thank you. Hey George, how are you? Then Suhuda, good morning. Chandra Pre, good morning. Peter Bagonza, thanks for the great work you are doing. Thank you for watching through. Then Suda, good. Bless you tomorrow. Thank you. May God bless you tomorrow. Thank you. May God bless you tomorrow too. Then Susie Meron Aradi, thank you for the update. When you see Arsenal can win the league. Arsenal can win the league. As we speak right now, they're on top of the Premier League table. If Man United continues to do what I believe is going to do against Liverpool today, I think Arsenal will stay on top. We might go ahead to play the next games, match day 32 or 33, when Arsenal is doing what it does best. That is it. So, Esau, I always listen to your analysis, sir. You are very great, man. Thank you, my dear, for watching through. Simplex Kasimba, I can see Arsenal winning all the remaining games. Liverpool to draw 2 games, City to draw, hence Arsenal to be crowned champions. I think all what Arsenal need is to sit it at Man United, make Liverpool drop points today. If they do, I think Arsenal can win the remaining games and see to it that it's in their hands. But I see Man United as the only team that can stand in the way of Liverpool, I'm sorry to say, because other teams are really gonna face it rough with Liverpool. Katulinde, Susan, have a good night, man. Have a good night to you too. Then Danju Marokan, good job. Thank you for the great update from Nigeria. All right. Thank you for watching it from Nigeria. Then James Van Boy, already thanks for the great work you are doing for we the Gunners. May God grant you your wishes. May the Almighty God grant you your wishes too. Namuguzi Kasaga, hi Mr. Aradi. Bayern Munich will face it bad as long as many soft defense Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes are on occasion. Expect no criminals. Yeah, that is it. Very good. That central defense partnership is really making wonders at Arsenal and bringing you memories of what your defense was like when you people went ahead to be the invisible Sol Campbell and Kolo Toure partnership upright. That central defense partnership of Arsenal is really doing things differently than how the other central defenses have gone ahead to be doing. Deco Shenley, Vermaelen, there was David Luiz and Koscielny. You also had Shodrak Mustafi, there was Metasaka, you get? But these two have gone ahead to do it differently, and they're really doing a very good job. Ojokpo, how far with Julian Timber? The manager told us that Timber is fit, but they have to first find him play games in the under-21s. All Arsenal should organize what we call a behind closed door game to see to it that he gets in his first minutes and see how he's really gonna be reacting. And I think with 7 games remaining in the Premier League, 2 games left in the Premier League, in the Champions League, all what you have to know is it's going to be very hard to see him in the next 3 games of Arsenal. He might show up when Arsenal is having like 5 games to go to the end of the season. That is it. But in the next 2-3 games, I don't expect him to come in through and really take center stage. Not until you hear that Arsenal have gonna hit to play a friendly and they've gonna hit to feature him in there. So we are having Ojokpo. All right. It seems Big Gabby got an injury. No, Big Gabby is okay. Big Gabby is okay. He doesn't have an injury. Big Gabby is okay. He's very okay, my brother. Rashidi and Sumana, my question is, when my player is going to be available, which player are you talking about? Can you please put his name in the comment section? And I really know exactly which player am I talking about. Are you talking about Julian Timber? I've just gone ahead to give you the hint onto him seeing Arsenal preparing him a game in the under-21s. All are behind closed games in there. Then Ojokpol, win gunners and defenders, win trophies. It's like goals win games, clean sheets win trophies. And who creates clean sheets? It's the goalkeeper and the defenders. So good defending wins trophies, because you cannot really rule out Arsenal from scoring a goal. Arsenal will always score a goal, but how are they gonna continue doing their defensive job? That is the most important bit of it all. Right on TV, Arsenal, we out here, bro. Arsenal forever. All right, thank you very much for watching through. I think you're gonna hit to enjoy our segment of Mikel Arteta reacts to Arsenal 3, Brighton 0. Now I sign out for now. See you later. As I'm going to sleep, I'm going to come out and obviously tell you exactly what everything is all about. Rashid and Suman, I'm just going to talk about Timber, that Arteta said he's physically fit, but he needs to get in more playing time, and they need to organize 2 games for him. After those 2 games, he'll see whether he's going to integrate him into the first team. But right now, he's doing well in the training sessions, and all he needs is to get part or involved into a behind closed door game or a competition of the under-21s for the side of Arsenal. Good night, my mates. See you